Hi, gonna cook a heart up. That's the heart. It's a fresh heart. It's not a broken heart because I missed and hit it in the lungs. It's a whole heart. I shot it this morning. I didn't shoot the heart, I shot the spiker, but the heart was in. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, Sonny's helping, so if you hear a bit of background noise, it's just Sonny yelling and screaming. So there's the heart, and I'm just gonna cut. You'll find that the heart comes in a bit of a casing. So just trim this casing, and if you do shoot the deer, it's a good idea to leave this casing on because it leaves the heart nice and clean. And then when you get it home, you can peel this casing back and then just cut it off right up at where the aorta valves are and all of that stuff there. I haven't done this before. I'm going to stuff the heart. I'm just going to use chicken stuffing and see how it goes.
I don't think you should use chicken stuffing.
What sort of stuffing should I use, dear?
Like stuff that tastes better with red meat.
Like what?
Like maybe rosemary and garlic and Dijon.
I'm not going to use chicken stuffing. I'm going to use stuff that tastes better with red meat. Basically, the base is a basic base. It's bread, chopped up bread cubes and egg, salt and pepper, and then whatever herbs you want to put in. I'm just going to walk around the garden and grab some stuff. Come with me on a walk around the garden.
I think he's after something. I can't figure
out. Oh, you're trying to get the boob.
Oi,
get your hands off that. That's Dad's. Dad's? Whose is it? Yours? You gonna come for a cruise? Are you checking on the puppies?
Yeah.
Hey dog.
Puppies will all get fleas too.
Alright, to the garden. Chives. Little one bit, maybe 2 bits of sage. A little bit of rosemary. We don't want it to be too overpowering. A couple of bits of thyme. I think that's probably enough stuffing. Oh, I might throw some asparagus in there too. Probably be quite nice. A bit of asparagus down there. Oh, what's that? Tarragon. I'll throw some of that in there too. Why not? Probably going a bit out of control on the herbs, but she'll be right.
We're syringe feeding the puppy.
Back in the kitchen. Oh, syringe feeding the puppy. One of our puppies is a bit weak. He's the runt. And we've decided to see if we can get him up and running.
That's it, yeah, just like that.
You're not supposed to be feeding your shoes, mate. You've got to feed the puppy. You've squeezed that when you were squeezing the puppy, now it's all gone.
Get a...
How's he doing, the little fella?
Yeah, he's doing way better.
He was latching onto the booby today.
Yeah, and look at him, he's getting some movement and stuff.
Oh, he's cute, isn't he? Is that his little home?
Yeah. His name is Little Bobo. Sonny, can you say Little Bobo?
Bloody Sonny's been having these real crazy conversations to himself, baby conversation, and he refuses to do it on camera.
Let's go.
I'm gonna pull out your block. How many have you given him? He's different.
He's had.
He definitely is.
And here's one I prepared earlier. There's not actually, I didn't prepare one earlier because I only had the one heart. We ate the other one, sliced it up and made it into delicious heart salad. But you'll have to wait. We're going to put it in the oven now at, I'm going to say 160 degrees. Let's go 180 degrees Celsius and bake it for 1 hour. So what could possibly go wrong? Nothing, it'll be sweet as.
We're going hunting with Ellie Mae for a stay up that field.
The field? Up the river?
Yeah, I mean up the river.
Sweet.
Let's go.
Good dog. Good dog. Got the old D-Max back from the mechanics. Good as new. We're going to take the Toyota. Get up. Get up. What do you got, Charlie? Get up, go on. reached a couple of good game trails coming up into the scrub here, so we're just going to sit here and stake out this little creek up ahead of us. Hopefully one will walk out into the creek. And so, in the fading light, we're throwing in the towel, heading for home. The wind's just been up, down, across, sideways, so we were on a pretty good game trail back there where it went up the creek, but the wind changed and started blowing up and across, so good spot for next time. Now we know where it is. What you got there, Ellie Mae?
What have you got, Josh?
Yeah, tell us what happened.
Well, I hit one and you missed one.
So what's going on here? Charlie's just got the deer's willy and he's trying to catch it. Yep, rip him out, buddy. Oh, oh. 1, 2. Here we go, once more. There he is, he's just there. Turn the light off, mate, they don't like the light.
On you, Charlie! Grab him!
Grab him quick, get him up, get him up. Get him, Ellie, Mae.
Where is he?
Torch is waterproof. There he is, there. Look him up.
You need to give us some help. Okay, you
Right,
do it.
Let's try and
Me do it? No, I'm videoing. You guys do it.
Okay.
She can't actually get off the ground. It's too
Oh,
easy for her.
fuck. I thought it was just
Yeah, we'll do the walking thing again there. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Look where you're going there. That's it. Talk Kristen into giving Ellie Mae a hand to lift the stair. We'll go see how they're going.
Charlie, go back.
Drag it from the head. Oh no.
Welcome to the Real Housewives of the West Coast.
The chopper! Do you have it? Yeah. 1, 2.
She's a hard road to find the perfect woman, but these two probably come damn close. On today's exciting episode of Real Housewives of the West Coast, Kristen is going to skin a deer and cut the deer up.
It's pre-blood and stain. I pulled this out of your closet.
That's the wrong side of the knife there. You sure you know what you're doing?
I thought you meant Skinner. I was supposed to use that little hook. I've never used this little knife before. How's it going? Oh, those are beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they're exactly.
This is Rosie. She's one of the other Real Housewives of the West Coast. G'day, that was perfect timing.
Yeah, totally it was.
We didn't actually tell her to bowl around with 2 antler stags during this episode of Real Housewives of the West Coast. She just happened to come around with the 2 antlers. So, where did you shoot those, Rosie?
Just got them out the back paddock.
Just today?
Just today.
You cleaned them up pretty quick.
Yeah. XY12 from the shed.
Oh, there you go. She's stolen her husband's antlers to bring around here. Does he know you've got his antlers?
Yeah, I bought them.
Oh, she bought them. You bought them.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not shooting enough. Actually, I'm not letting Kristen have any mind to paint them up. She wants to paint them up and sell them.
I actually already been selling them.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, for heaps. Millions.
Oh. I'm going to skin this thing, show her how to do it.
No, I'm doing it. Look.
Yeah, you got hair all over the meat.
Oh, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do that.
You got to keep it nice and clean.
Okay, well that's hard when I'm not that tall.
Do you know how to skin a deer, Rosie?
I need to start.
I know how to skin a pig.
Oh.
Suppose it's about the
Probably
same.
pretty similar, hey? Where do you start from? The top of the leg here?
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
around there, and then you pull it down.
See, when I'm skinning it, if you put the blade slightly outwards, it doesn't cut the meat.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you can just put that up against the meat and go like this, and it'll just, it'll just slice it up.
Well, that's what that white stuff is, isn't it? Cashew?
We interrupt this boning of deer session for booby break. That's pretty much a write-off. The old 7mm Magnum didn't leave much of the front shoulder there. Other front shoulders also a write-off. Pretty much ruined both front shoulders. I wanted to bring it back and hang it and get the ribs and harvest the ribs, but the ribs are also buggered because I shot it through a tree and I must have clipped a blooming piece of wood or the foliage on the way through, and it's blown bits of tree and stuff through the deer as well. Check this out. That's the entry wound, and you can see there's bits of leaves and stuff stuck all around here. Still, I guess the advantage of bringing the whole animal out and hanging it whole and then butchering it is that you get the meat real clean. There's no bits of dust, no bits of hair in it, especially those back steaks. They just come off in mint condition, ready to eat. Where are you going to start?
If I had to guess, well, that's what I'm doing, I'm guessing. I'm going right here.
I'm actually going to give her a bit of instruction instead of letting her go blind, because I'd like the steaks to be in prime condition when I go to eat them. So she was to go to just cut it up completely off her own wicket, as I learned back in the day, but I'm going to give her a few more tips and help the process along a bit. We're just going to try to get it as clean as possible, wiping all these bits of hair and whatnot off, and all over here and all over the back before we start to cut it up. And this thing's been hanging for 8 days now, so she's starting to smell ripe. No, it's not too bad. Now the easiest way to start this is to actually get the pelvic bone from another deer and hold it up next to it, and then you can see what the pelvic bone looks like and where you need to cut to get around the little bones. Because there's these little hip bones. You feel that? Run your hand up the carcass and feel those there.
Yeah.
So those little hip bones are there. So you have to, first of all, you want to put a cut right down the middle. Here you come through, and if you look down inside there, you want the knife at the same angle. So you don't want to be cutting that way or that way. You want it at the same angle as the bone is. So cut around here, you'll feel that bone go up there and around there. And then when you come through there, you just got to cut all the way down, right around down to here, down to where that muscle is. So I'm going to put that in and just slice. And what I'm doing, I'm looking down inside the meat to make sure that my knife's just in between the outside flesh and that inside flesh, and then I'm just going to do little tiny sorry cuts, and you see I'm following that bone line around. So there's a line of that bone there, so I'm just going to cut all the way down, and you can see this big muscle here stopping to there. So I'm going to cut all the way down, running my knife along the bone, and then stop right at the end of that muscle, and that will also hit the joint right there, and that's where I'm going to stop, just there. And then on this inside bit, I'm going to start where I left off and come down and around the inside, and that should just peel off there. Now when I get to here, you can see there's a, let's cut his wiener off there to get rid of that.
That's for the next stage.
Now there's just a couple of bits here where the deer's been exposed to the elements, so I'm just going to trim those off now, and that's going to keep the leg nice and clean when I do cut it off. So I'm just going to trim that down all the way down there. I'm going to come around here so you can see. So now we've got to there, I'm just going to follow that bone down, and then I'll hit that ball joint. See that ball joint there?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put the knife in there, cut that inside tendon off. See that little tendon there?
Yeah.
Cut that off, and then I'm going to come around the other side and just cut that other bit off right there. Now this is hanging free. The whole leg's hanging free. So now what I'm going to do is just cut this down, following the bone, all the way down here. Keep going, and then that'll just peel off. And we've got one back leg, one quite clean back leg because we've wiped all the hair off. So I'm just going to put this straight on the bench inside so it doesn't get dirty. Now we've done that, what we need to do is transfer the bit that's holding the carcass from the back of this leg to inside the pelvic bone, because if we just cut this leg off like that, the whole body's going to fall off and the back steak's going to end on the ground. So we'll just get a bit of rope, feed it through there, and then we can put the weight on that pelvic bone so we can chop this other leg off.
I don't know what a bowline is, Josh.
You got it, you're pretty close. Right, wait, so here's a bowline lesson. This is the long bit of rope, put a little hole. There you go, a little hole.
Yeah.
There's your hole.
Okay.
Alright, rabbit goes through the hole and round the tree. Hold it through the hole. Round the tree, back through the hole, back up through the hole. That's it. That's your bowline. Sweet, and then just feed that up through one of those carabiners there.
Oh, am I gonna haul it up?
I'll just give her a hand to do this bit and then we'll crack into it.
And around.
Yep. Nice, doing good work, that's it. Nice, good work. That's it right there, that's good.
Stop.
Yep, right, come around the other side now. That's it, and you should be on that leg joint now. Are you on that leg joint, the ball joint?
Yeah, I think so. Where is it? It's here.
That's it right there, nice. Remember there was that little tendon inside, so just poke the knife in, cut that tendon.
Oh yeah.
Cut that one little tendon, that's it. You got it. Yep, now just cut around the top there. That's it, then follow the bone down and get ready because that leg's going to be real heavy when it comes away. Alright, smack it inside there. So what we're taking out now is the back stakes or the back straps. Get that bloody rope out of the way. Now if you look on the outside, the back straps come down quite a way at the back here, so you don't want to cut too far in, you just want to look where the edge of that muscle is. And then I'll try to cut through there so you can have a clean line and you'll see what I mean. Alright, so have a look here. That's the edge of the back strap right there. It does have a little bit of contaminated meat on it, or meat that's been exposed to the element, so I'm just going to trim around that. And then we're going to start right through there. Now what you want to be doing is feeling for these pin bones. So there's pin bones that run along. I'm going to feel where the pin bone is with my thumb, and then cut along the top of that. And then run the knife along the top of the next pin bone. And then along the top of the next pin bone. And then I'm going to come all the way down where the ribs are and cut through the ribs. Now if you see, now that you're on the ribs, you can follow the ribs up. What the ribs do, they come up and then they cut in. So I'm going to follow the ribs up, and then as soon as they start cutting in, I'll change the angle of the knife to go into the deer. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So I'm just following along those ribs.
Sharpen it up.
Good work. Good cutting.
Yeah, good.
And then where this hip bone is exposed, I'm just going to cut down through there and then join that cut that I've got from the pin bones up to the hin bone. So if you look in here, so you can see I've come along the top of all those pin bones there, and they're exposed all white, and then all the way down and along the top of the ribs. So I've gone all the way to the backbone with that cut, and I've freed it from the pelvis right there. So now what we want to do, once I've cut all the way down to its neck, all the way down, and see I've just lifted it up with my thumb so I can see I've cut all the way down here. So I'm going to flip it over now and start right from the top, run my knife down just down one side of its backbone and bring it down the length of the whole animal, all the way down to its neck, and just run the knife down, and that back stake will just work itself off the backbone and come out. Here we have it, one delicious back strap. Smell good?
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. Chop it off. That's it. Nice. Alright, let's go cut these up.